back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, let's talk about the NBA's top 5. Everybody seems to be talking about this. Let's talk about it. But first, let me say, hey, I want to thank my subs for, sticking in there because, I'm shadow banned. A lot of people don't like my channel because I'm not going to go with the get along gang and pretend all this is real. Now, we can talk about reality and then we can talk about, or act like all this stuff is real. Come on, folks. Now, like I said in the last video, I see a lot of people mad because their channel isn't getting the views, it's not getting the likes, and they feel like they've been shadow banned. I'm like, I've been getting shadow banned for a long time. For a long time. Especially when I exposed ESPN, Stephen A. Smith and Max beef was fake. Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless beef was fake. And I just didn't say it. I broke it down and I explained why it was fake and why they had to do it. Nobody else has come out and did that. Everybody else will just pat ESPN on the back and do the go along, get along gang type of stuff. Even Kwame Brown. That's his saying right there. Go along, get along. A lot of these people will not really expose the truth. You think these people exposing the truth, and or exposing the lies, exposing whatever, or exposing you to the truth. They know how far to go. They know how far to go before somebody's gonna come and get them. Also, when do you hear? You really don't hear nobody badmouthing YouTube, right? You hear me badmouthing YouTube all the time, all the time. And what happens? In my videos that I badmouth YouTube, guess what? You'll see those videos get like 100 views. 100 and 200 views, folks. So you already know if you talk ish about YouTube, YouTube is gonna bring out the paddle. You remember the paddle? So when I was young in school, they used to have a big wooden paddle. I'm not lying. And if you got in trouble, I think it was only in elementary. Yeah, was it in? No, yeah, it was only in elementary. And when I was young, elementary was kindergarten through 6 when I was growing up north. And if you messed up too many times, the teacher would paddle you in the hall. Bam! You heard that paddle? You knew when somebody got paddled. They'd most likely paddle you in the hall. Pull you out of the classroom, paddle you in the hall, something like that. And if it really got out of control, and I've been there, done that. If it really got out of control, now you're going to the principal's office. You're going to the principal's office, and he's going to hit you with a paddle. And the principal has the thickest damn paddle there was. It was crazy. And, some of these paddles, they were engraved. They were just like thick oak wood, and they all kind of stuff. Like I said, they were engraved. Had the teacher's name on it, the principal's name on it. What's that stuff called? I forget what it's called. That lacquer where they sealed it and all that stuff. It was crazy. But yeah, I remember those days. A paddle, you can't get no paddle today, and for a long time. You can't even whoop your own kid. They call that abuse. But yeah, man, they used to have the paddle back in the day. And guess what else? The parent accepted it. The parent was cool with it. It was just a thing. It was just, I think it was just like a tradition. You didn't even have to ask. You didn't have to call the parent and say, oh, your kid's going to get this paddle or nothing like that. No. I think it was just like a tradition in the United States where the parents already knew, because I think they already went through it in school too. But yeah, and on top of that, the teacher, or not the teacher, well, mostly the principal, could call your parent up and tell your parent to come to the school and watch you get a paddle by the principal, or get the paddle to the principal get the paddle to the teacher. I mean, not to the teacher, to the parent. It was crazy. Anyways, where am I at? That's where I'm shadow banned, because I'm not. I can't stick to the script. I can't stick to the script that they want you to stick to on YouTube. So if you present sports, you a sports channel, you really got to talk about. You can't really talk about reality too. They don't like that. Nevertheless, where was I at? Who knows? But I guess we'll try to find where we was by talking about this fake top 5. So a lot of these people are outraged by this top 5. going into the next season. Who the hell knows what it's about, the potential, what is. Everybody's just shaking their head. So you got Joker, and this is, let's talk about this real quick with Joker. Really nothing against this guy. He really does nothing wrong. Now, we have to admit, it was a Game 7 last year, and he didn't show up. He didn't show up. It was his for the taking. They didn't get beat 4-1. They didn't get swept. They didn't get beat 4-2, folks. This was a Game 7 for him to show up and show out. Mr. Triple-double, right? Mr. Triple-double. He's this all-time great passer. We should have been expecting him to make these great passes while putting up all these points in that Game 7. No? Huh. No, right? Okay. So he didn't show up in that Game 7, and they lost. He didn't play up to Joker standards. He didn't play above and beyond and give us one of those Joker games. He just didn't. Okay? And okay, he could have lost going down, putting up 50 points. He could have did that. Like I told you guys before, I don't care about all these damn assists. I don't care. Damn it. Give me 15 rebounds and give me 40 points and let's go. A game like that, give me 50 points. Well, I ain't going to say 50. I don't think. In the playoffs, it's hard to get 50 points against a great opponent. I wouldn't say all the time, but if it was just like a Game 2, Game 3, I don't think you're going to get 50, 55 in that Game 7. I just don't think so. Maybe 45, 40, and give me 15 rebounds. I mean, I don't care about the assists, man. If I keep trying to tell you guys, the assists are easy to get in this era. All you got to do is dominate the basketball. That's it. So my beef with Joker is, why isn't he the face of the league? He's got 3 out of the 5 MVPs. He's not the face of the league. Why isn't his team, his managers, and stuff like that, his agents, how come they're not vouching for him to be the face of the league? I don't know. Why doesn't he care about promoting the NBA instead of running back to Serbia when the season is over? Remember, this is the same guy that said, I got to stay here and have a parade. So he was ready to go back to Serbia and found out after he won the championship that they got to have a parade. Really? You don't know the NBA's history? You haven't played in the NBA for all these years before you won the championship? And you need to be notified or told that there's a parade for winning the championship? Really? Huh? And this is where the NBA is, folks. I told you before, these guys, these international players do not care about the NBA. They don't. They don't. All they care about is getting a paycheck and going back home to their countries. They don't care about the NBA. Who was it? Luka. He said that he sees himself retiring in the EuroLeague. Now, I don't really know what that means, but, you know, we've seen a lot of great players end up, you know, they ended their career playing in some other league, which, again, that just begs the question, or begs the answer. I mean, why would they need to go play in these little ass leagues? I'm talking about not just the Euro League. It's a bigger league now, but it was a small league back in the day. But, you know, some of these leagues in Mexico, in Asia, and stuff like that, we done seen a lot of big time superstars in their league, in their careers, in those leagues after supposedly making tens of millions of dollars, something that they're not going to make over there, or not even close, especially back in the day. So, to me, the money seems like it's been capped for a while. And to me, again, now it's just big time cap. When you put together the ratings and things like that, it seems like it's big cap. Nevertheless, I don't want to hear about Joker not having no help. I don't want to hear it. Who is this? I'm about to say Dreamers Pro. I should just call him ESPN Pro. or Fox Disney ESPN Pro. That's what I should call him, right? But Scap, we don't want to hear you cry, bro. This man had a chance to go out and get some good free agents. He didn't get nobody on his team. Not, what did he really get? Nobody. He didn't go get no other superstar. Like I said, they don't want this either. Listen, I said this before. Either They don't want this man getting another superstar because he would be winning championship after championship. But we already talked about, no, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. But I already told you, if you won a championship in the 2020s, you ain't winning another one as long as LeBron James is on the NBA's watch. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, folks. That would be a big hit on LeBron James' legacy right there for another, what would be Tatum, the Greek Freak, Joker, SGA, and especially if Curry won another one, that would be 5 and 2 in this decade. So no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nobody else, those guys that I mentioned, as long as LeBron James is playing, they're not winning another championship. LeBron James will win another championship before those guys. Book it. Book it. And guess what? It's only 2 guys that's due for a championship. Luka, that the NBA is going to let win a championship. Luka or Anthony Edwards. Now, that's it. That's the only 2 superstars in there that's going to win a championship. Oh, Cleveland ain't going to win it either. You better forget about that. Pack it up. Come on, man. Let's get past. I'm the only one because everybody wants to be patted on the back. I mean, we live in 2025, man. If I've already told you, all those injuries were fake. They were all fake. Tatum, Wemby. Who else was faking the injuries last year? Garland. All these people faking injuries. They're not allowed to win no more championships, folks. And guess what? The injury, the faking injury bug will hit. Who is it? I won't say SGA, but it'll hit Oklahoma. It'll hit, what's his guy? Holmgren? Chet Holmgren? He gone. Forget about it. We already know this guy is frail. So he's going to be gone. See you later. They ain't going to win no championship. Because Chet going to be gone. We already know this. So, to me, the championship is going to go through Anthony Edwards, Minnesota, or would you take the Knicks? I don't know about that. I don't know. That would be crazy, but I don't think it's off the table because none of those guys have won a championship yet. But I'm thinking it's going to be Luka, or it's going to be, like I said, Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. That's it, folks. I'm sorry. That's it. There's a reason why all these things look so obvious in the NBA because it's becoming obvious. You can act like it ain't obvious, but it's obvious. Like I said, they don't have no American face to really move the NBA. They saw what happened in MLB. They want to bring in all this cheap labor from the Caribbean League and get rid of all the Americans, but nobody watches the trash because nobody speaks English. And fine, have all these Latinos push the game, but they're not as far as like viewership and stuff like that. But they're still not able to do it. I mean, you bring in all the people to the MLB, so they got to watch the games. They got to go to the games. I mean, I liked it when it was a mix in the 90s when it was Latinos, blacks, and whites. I like that mix. It was real good. I don't understand the saturation. Just like out here in the workplace, just like out here in society, they just try to saturate. They just try to saturate you with all these immigrants for what? They're not better workers. I mean, they're not. Most are just like shut up and work people. That's it. I'm just saying. The United States is a melting pot, but when you just like oversaturate, the United States, it's just crazy. I don't understand it. But that's greed. That's greed from the big companies and corporations. And it was greed with MLB. And to me, it's looking like it's greed with the NBA. They can tell you these guys make all this money. Good for you if you believe that. But they'll just be like the ones in the past that be putting on makeup and want to read from a script at a desk and fighting for a coaching job and stuff like that after they retire. So I don't feel sorry for Joker. I don't. At this point, it's only one guy that's crying for Joker. Feel sorry for him. If this guy really wanted to win and all this stuff, guess what? He'll be out in the offseason trying to get a guy, trying to promote a guy to come over there. But he already knows. He already knows what's going on. The NBA ain't having that. And so he's got to go along with the script. He's got to go along with what the NBA gives him. So that's just what it is. We can hear Scott cry all NBA, all this crying whining like a little baby, man. Come on. That man ain't trying to mess up his triple doubles. He's trying to play with another super. Like I said, he don't even really care like that for the NBA. He don't. That's why he ain't like trying to promote the NBA in the off season. He ain't. These dudes is back in their countries playing in the Euro League in the off season, folks. Are you kidding me? You think as a manager, I'm about to let a guy making 30, 40, 50, 60 million exhaust himself in the off season in a Euro League for what? Part of the script, we saw the NBA promoting the Euro League, and now we're finding out that now in the coming years that the Euro League will be playing in the NBA playoffs. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad on every level, because what it tells you is nobody is watching the NBA in the United States. It's that bad, and they're looking in the future. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse as far as viewership from the United States. Nobody cares about this trash. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's so bad they have to use LeBron James just as a, I don't know, what do you want to call it? They're using LeBron James just to piss people off. Keeping him around just to piss people off, just to have their game talked about so people will care. I ain't talking about something good. Bad pub is pub. Bad pub is pub. So that's the new thing, and it's been the thing with the NBA. Piss people off so people still talk about it. That's why you got all these fools in social media just putting up ludicrous stuff about Michael Jordan, about the 90s. This is like old, and they still doing it. And they propping LeBron James up because everything is backwards now. Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, the NBA. I can't stress this enough. This is what the NBA built, has built their league on. Trigger bait. They don't have they don't have greatness like that. They can talk about greatness in the league for the past so many years, but they can't show you it. They can't show it to the damn viewership. And that's why you got this, they're trying to combine with the Euro League, because the Euro League don't know what the hell greatness is. So probably over there in Europe, they don't have the same, media. They don't have the same history about the NBA that we got. And we think that, or they think that, the basketball for a long time is just dudes playing hot potato around the 3-point line. So they're cool with that. They think that's greatness. So when they look on the court and they see, some Euro League players getting to the NBA and playing hot potato around the 3-point line, they still think that's greatness. Oh boy. Anyways, yeah, that's their greatness. But we got SGA number 2. No problem with that. I think Luka's number 3. I would say Luka's a better player, but this guy's playing with LeBron James. So, I mean, this is what you got, folks. This is the script that you got, because you have a guy like Joker who ain't allowed to play with another great player. You got SGA who has to win championships by making his teammates better. And then you got Luka, whose game is going to go down the drain, as we've seen last year, playing with LeBron James. And this is what he accepts. So he's got to play with another guy. Well, he got to play with LeBron James again, who has to get his, 25, 7 and 7. So where does that leave Luka? Because Luka is in reality like a 30-point scorer. 38 and 8 and shit like that. So, I mean, dude, all your stats are going down. Your chance of winning a championship with this dude is going down. And you doing this just because the NBA is telling you to do it? To sell merch, I mean, it's ridiculous, folks. You're going to put 2 guys on the same team. I mean, well, 2 guys that do the same thing on the same team. Is it going to work? Is it going to work like a Clay and Curry? Is it going to work like a Durant and Curry and Clay? Now, if you was able to make that work, you got those 3 good players on one team. Yeah, that's incredible. But, I don't understand, because is LeBron James going to be a spot-up shooter? Who's going to be a spot-up shooter now? Luka? I don't know. To me, Luka is better than SGA. He just is. When we talk about all-around game, he's better than SGA. So he should be at number 2. If you want to put him at number 2 because of what happened last year, that's fine. And who the hell was number 4? Joker, SGA, Luka. I forget who was number 4. Anyways, we know who was number 5. Victor Wembanyama. Oh my God. Last year, this guy faked the injury because he wasn't going to make the playoffs. Whatever, dude, you still didn't make the playoffs, and it's on your resume. Your first 2 years, you didn't make the playoffs. So it don't matter if you faked it or not. You still didn't make the playoffs, and it's on your record. You just like LeBron James. You didn't make the playoffs your first 2 years, and I think a lot of these fools didn't either. I think maybe Joker did it. I want to say SGA did it. No, I think SGA did, and then he missed the playoffs after that for 2 straight years. So I don't know. So to me, I'm missing one guy. I don't know who the other guy is, but to me, it's just they're putting all these players 1 through 5 as the best players. 1, because they are, but 2, it's an international game. They want the international viewership from these countries, and basically they're here to, put down your throat that American players don't run the NBA no more. They're not better than these international players. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, prove me wrong. I'm sure you can't. That any of these guys who already won a championship in the 2020s will win another one. They won't. They won't. You look for these fake injuries and all this stuff. It's just so obvious now, man. We ain't even gotta try to make up stuff. We already know what's happening. We already know what time it is. We already know what's going on with the script. The Lakers went and got Ayton. To me, the West ain't that strong, man. It just ain't. To me, I don't know. The West was, what were we talking about this last year? It was like 1 through 6, 1 through 7. It wasn't nobody. No, well, 2 through 7. Oklahoma was running away with it, but 2 through 7, nobody was better. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers are up there. But then again, we already know the script with the Lakers. They can't be good, because for LeBron James, for the Lakers to be good, as far as being up there all season, LeBron James has to play defense. So that's not going to happen. I think they're going to slack up and then pull it together at the end of the season, like last season. For you to be way up there in the top 3 or something like that, you're going to have to play defense. And LeBron James ain't playing no defense. What little defense they play, that's what's so crazy. So anyways, I look for the Lakers or the Timberwolves to win the championship this year. That's it. And we already know, ain't nobody winning another championship that already won the championship in the 2020s while LeBron James is playing. Tell me what you think.